The evening sun cast long shadows across Maple Street as Marcus Johnson drove his old Honda home from his security job at the warehouse. After 12 years serving his country as a Marine, and now working double shifts to support his family, Marcus just wanted to get home to his wife Lisa and their 8-year-old daughter Amy. Red and blue lights suddenly flashed in his rearview mirror. Marcus's heart sank, but he pulled over calmly, hands visible on the steering wheel. He knew the drill too well. Officer Jake Miller approached the driver's side, his hand resting on his weapon. His partner Tom Reed circled to the passenger side, both men wearing expressions that made Marcus's stomach tighten. "License and registration," Miller barked, his voice carrying an edge that made nearby pedestrians stop and stare. "Yes, sir," Marcus replied respectfully, moving slowly to reach for his wallet. "May I ask why you stopped me?" "Suspicious driving," Reed called out, though Marcus had been driving perfectly normal. "You were looking around too much." Marcus handed over his documents, keeping his voice steady. "I was just heading home from work, officers." Miller examined the license with unnecessary scrutiny, his eyes narrowing. "Step out of the vehicle, now," Miller suddenly commanded, his voice rising loud enough for the growing crowd of onlookers to hear clearly. Marcus kept his hands visible, speaking calmly. "Officer, is there a specific reason you need me to exit my car?" "Don't question me," Reed shouted from the other side. "We said get out." Marcus slowly opened his door, moving with deliberate, non-threatening motions. Years of military training had taught him to stay composed under pressure, even when his heart was racing. 2 more patrol cars arrived with sirens wailing. Officer Sarah Chen stepped out with her K9 partner Rex, a powerful German Shepherd trained for drug detection. The crowd on the sidewalk grew larger, several people pulling out their phones to record. "We're going to search your vehicle," Miller announced. "You look nervous, like you're hiding something." "I'm not hiding anything, sir," Marcus replied, standing with his hands at his sides. "I work security, I know my rights." Reed stepped closer, his face twisted with anger. "Rights? We got reports of drug activity in this area. Your car matches the description." Marcus knew this was a lie. His car was common, and no such reports existed. The officers searched Marcus's spotless Honda while he stood watching, hands behind his back as instructed. They found nothing, of course. Marcus kept his breathing steady, remembering his training. "He's getting aggressive," Miller suddenly yelled, though Marcus hadn't moved a muscle. The crowd murmured, clearly seeing through the false claim. "I'm not resisting, officers," Marcus said clearly, ensuring the recording phones could capture his calm tone. "I'm standing exactly where you told me to stand." Miller's face reddened with frustration. The cameras were making him nervous, but his pride wouldn't let him back down. "He's reaching for something." "He lied again," Reed nodded, playing along with his partner's fabrication. "Suspect is becoming hostile." Officer Chen frowned, clearly uncomfortable with her colleague's behavior. Rex sat calmly beside her, watching the situation with intelligent eyes. "Release the dog," Miller commanded, pointing at Marcus. "Take him down." The crowd gasped, phones held higher to capture everything. Children were quickly pulled away by their parents. Marcus closed his eyes briefly, preparing himself for the attack while keeping his hands visible and his stance non-threatening. But then something unexpected happened. Rex walked slowly toward Marcus, his ears forward and alert. The crowd held its breath, expecting violence. Miller and Reed smiled with satisfaction, certain their problem would be solved, but Rex didn't attack. Instead, the powerful German Shepherd approached Marcus calmly and sat down right beside him. The dog's body language was protective, not aggressive. Rex looked up at Marcus with gentle eyes, then turned to face the 2 officers. A low, rumbling growl emerged from Rex's throat, directed squarely at Miller and Reed. The dog's message was crystal clear. He was protecting Marcus, not threatening him. "What the hell?" Miller sputtered, his face turning red with embarrassment and rage. Officer Chen stepped forward, her eyes wide with realization. "Rex, what are you doing?" she whispered, but she already knew the answer. Rex had been trained to detect more than just drugs. He could sense character, aggression, and truth. The dog recognized who the real threat was in this situation, and it wasn't the calm Marine standing peacefully with his hands visible. The crowd began to cheer softly. Understanding what they were witnessing, Officer Chen stepped forward, her hand moving to her body camera. "This entire stop has been recorded," she announced loudly, her voice cutting through the tension. "Every word, every action, everything." The crowd erupted in demands for justice, their voices unified and strong. "Show the footage. We saw everything. This man did nothing wrong." Miller's confidence crumbled as he realized the body cameras had captured his lies. Reed began backing away, panic spreading across his face. "Rex was trained by military veterans," Chen explained to the gathering crowd. "He responds to character and energy, not just commands. He can sense who the real aggressor is." Sirens wailed in the distance as internal affairs units raced to the scene. Someone in the crowd had called the police chief directly, demanding immediate action. Rex remained calmly seated beside Marcus, his presence a powerful statement that spoke louder than any words. The dog had exposed the truth in the most dramatic way possible. Within hours, the cell phone videos had spread across social media. The clear footage showed Marcus's calm compliance and the officer's false accusations. Internal Affairs launched an immediate investigation. Miller and Reed were suspended without pay pending criminal charges for filing false reports and abuse of power. The district attorney promised swift justice, stating that such behavior would not be tolerated. Marcus returned home to his family that evening, his dignity intact and his faith in humanity restored by an unlikely four-legged ally. The community rallied around him, offering support and solidarity. Rex became a local hero, his story shared nationwide as proof that sometimes justice comes from the most unexpected places. Officer Chen requested a transfer to work with community outreach programs, inspired by her partner's moral compass. In the weeks that followed, Marcus often walked past the spot where it all happened. Sometimes he would see Rex during Chen's patrol, and the dog would wag his tail in recognition. Their brief encounter had proven that doing what's right transcends species, and that hope can emerge even in the darkest moments.